Right, so anyway, so what just happened is it took us through a quick tutorial how to move around, and now it's saying pick up the radio. The radio has been enhanced. It has different modes on it, so it's going to teach us that in a minute, I think. It says we're ready to drive the train now, so we need to jump in the train. What is BT? BT, British Telecom. You never heard of them? Wow. They're quite a big telecommunications company. Right, shunt manual, let's do this. So, trying to get used to it. There's like a whole new inventory interface now. You kind of hold the tab key down and move your mouse left and right. And it hops between different things like that. And then use a scroll wheel to go through the pages. Dre, BT's huge, man. Pretty certain it's well known. Right, anyway. Fuse boxes and stuff, so, you know, the usual story. Put the breakers on. Hit the start button. Fire her up. So then you've got... So you've got the reverser here. You've got the throttle there. You've got the... I think that's the train brake, that one. And that's the independent brake, I think. So if we release that, we should see the brake pipe pressure rise to release the brakes. So I think that's working fine. So we should be able to move. Cookie Monster, thank 5 months. Moss Pitman, thank 14. Solus Bellator, 42. Airplane with 9 months. I have missed a bunch of messages, I think, due to the intermission. BT is far more than an ISP. Yes, it is. Right, it wants us to park it up down here. Is that too loud, by the way, that audio? Is that okay? It's fine. Okay. It's just that these diesel engines can be a bit noisy. Alright, get out the locomotive, time for some maintenance work. So you can just press the F key and it'll teleport you around. Take out your comms radio, that's that one. Is BT better than Virgin Media? There's really... I mean, BT tends to use the copper cables that come over telegraph wires. Virgin Media tends to use underground cable. Aim at the switch and press the left mouse button. That's how you tell which way the point is going. Right, come to the car in the shed. The F key. Change your comms radio to re-rail mode using the mouse scroll wheel. So I think this is new in the overhaul, because I don't think we could do this before. But if you've derailed a vehicle, you can now re-rail it using this thing. I'm pretty certain that was never an option. Aim at the tracks. There you go, you can basically put it where you want, right? But if you look, it says re-rail price 0. So I'm guessing when you're out in the game, confirm, there's going to be an actual cost. We can now couple our locomotive to this car. There's going to be an actual cost to re-railing something, which is cool. Re-rail Valley, in my opinion. I think they should change the name. How you doing, Ty? Re-rail Valley. There you go. Strong name. Mr. Heapster, 64 months. Have you had a problem with the stream? Yep. Yep, we had some internet issues for the first 15 minutes, but we're okay now, hopefully. Let me get on board. There we go. Enter. Stick it in reverse. Release the independent brake. Got a taste of summer coming up. Planning to go flying on Tuesday. Do you know what? The my flight school is allowing me to go flying. They've basically they're basically saying the 90-day currency window is we're just gonna we're gonna suspend that 90-day. So, you know, basically if you feel like you can do circuits safely, go and do them. They're restricting us to 1 hour of flying each and saying, if you've got any doubts about yourself, don't go. Wait until we can get around to helping you out, but if you're confident, go for it. So yeah, I think I need to get myself brushed up and go do some circuits. Am I going to go up? I'm probably going to go up. I'm probably going to look at going next week, maybe. There's a whole bunch of changes been made at the flight school, though, where they've changed the way that you fuel things. Some of the taxiways have changed, so I really need to speak to an instructor and just be sure exactly what's happened. I'm not... In terms of flying, I'm fine. It's just some of the procedures and things around the airfield that I need to brush up on. Yeah, my medical's fine. But yeah, I need to get some flying hours going because my SEP rater needs to be redone in November. Well done, you now need to couple. Right, let's put the brake on. So, I think this is new as well. The way that you couple things has been changed quite a bit. Yeah, I've seen private planes over the weekend flying around. Right, the coupling manual. Train basics. Okay. Apply the train brake to prevent runaway. We've done that. Step 2, adjacent vehicles. Take one of the 2 chains. Place adjacent hooks. Right, so what you do is you kind of grab one of these chain hooks and you put it on the other one. And then you lock it, which tightens it all up, like that. And then you connect the hoses together. And then you basically release the valve on the hoses, which allows the brake pressure to go through. And then you're done. Mr. Jules, thank you for gifting a sub to Orange Beetle. And Gillis, welcome back. Alright, airplane. Looks a bit more involved than Train Sim. It was originally built for VR, this game. And you can play it in VR, but you can also now play it mouse and keyboard. But yeah, in VR, you've got to, you have full control of, picking things up and throwing them around. You can see, that's why they allow you to teleport with the F key. Because when you're in VR, you don't have this WASD kind of movement. But yeah, there's stuff about uncoupling, so you reverse the procedure. The braking basics, it takes you through. The pressure, derailing, so you can get your comms radio out. Comms radio itself. So it's got vehicle derailment, which is what we just did. Vehicle clearing, which sounds like just removing a vehicle, I guess. I don't know what happens to it. And then a crew vehicle, which is new. You must own a crew vehicle in order to request one. So I'm not really sure what that does. Maybe that refuels something or repairs. I don't know. Can you control the locomotive with keyboard commands? So yes, you can. There is a... So, there's a... On PC anyway, there's a file that you can do. Let me just go display capture a second. So here's this file gets created when you start the game. So if you go to your Steam library common, then Derail Valley data, save game data, game preferences.ini. If you look through here, you get to this section in the game preferences that says non-VR key bindings. And if you notice, some of the controls, like the throttle, has been mapped to the U and Y key or the F1, F2 key. And so there's control mappings here that you can change basically. F1 to F4 will obviously do the throttle and brake, or you can use U, Y, MN. But there's no way of knowing what they are unless you find this file, but at least you can change them here, right? So you can do it, but you just have to mess about with an ini file on PC. And I think that only applies to non-VR. Right, comms radio, page 6. Diesel engines can overheat, reduce the throttle, let them cool down. If a locomotive has a front radiator, maintain frontal orientation. This helps cool the engine. Locomotive wheel slip will receive damage. Okay, so that causes damage to the wheels now, apparently. Reduce the throttle and apply send. And then damage tips. Each time a diesel engine is started, it receives a small amount of damage. Keeping it running causes slight damage as well. Interesting. This is fine. Generally, it's less economical to turn the engine on and off than keep it running idle for short periods. Wheels 2 receive slight damage with sheer distance travelled. This is also regular wear and tear. Collision damage can be very serious and expensive. Always shunt gently. Revert to your DV guide. So yeah, basically it's saying that when you have engines running now, they're taking damage progressively, as does turning them on and off. And when they're driving, the wheels are taking damage as well. So which is cool. I don't know how you fix it. SK Jeanberg, thank you, 72 months. Edpad, 19, Counter 76, thank you guys. And then the last page, I think, has got some signage stuff, speed limit, then the uphill, the flat, and the downhill flags, and then switching branch sign, and that's the whole manual apparently. Right, now we can get a license apparently. If you go to control settings of the game, you can spawn a controls manual. Setting game, controls. How do we do that? How do we spawn a controls manual? Job validator. Right, so we've now got a license. So we'll just stick it in there. Back of a cigarette packet. Train driver license. Not sure what we do with that. You know, licensed train driver. There you go. DE2. This license grants you access to all the 2-axle diesel electric shuntons in Derail Valley. They are suitable for loads up to 400 tons. Use them responsibly. Insurance copay. What's all that about? $3,000. No, you do not have to carry this license with you. You can safely store it somewhere. Is that safe? What about the other one we just got? License. We don't need the train basics lying around, do we really? Leave that there. You don't need to carry this around. Right, there you go. So they're all in a nice safe place. On the pause menu. Settings, news, support. Unavailable. Do you mean not when you're not in game, you mean? I don't understand what you mean. Right, here's the key to your locker. Got a locker. Nice. Unlock your locker. Hey. Take all of your equipment and add it to your inventory. I've got that. Derail Valley Guide. Schematic, station maps. A lot of cash. $2,000. Okay, I guess that means we could put that in here now. That seems like a fairly safe place. Okay. There we go. How do I need the key? Wait, where's my key? How do I actually close this thing? What good is a locker if you can't lock it? Andy 225. Thank you for 4 years, Andy. Family is doing well. Jules, thank you for giving us up to Goose. Press the escape menu. Select your wallet to see your balance. Unavailable, unavailable. $1. $2,000. Look at that. In cash. Try retrieving your world map. Okay, it looks like the same map to me. I recognize all these places. The harbour town down the bottom there, the coal mine. I remember hauling coal out of there with a steam engine. That was good fun. It looks like the same map's not changed. Unless they've just, I don't know, polished it maybe? You can interact with your items in your hand. Hold the left Alt key and move your mouse. You what, mate? What does that do? Oh, there you go. Now it's doing it. You're free to go and find jobs in the station offices around the world. Good luck. Yeah, there you go. So that kind of just a head movement thing. Kind of. I'm not really sure what use that is. The military base is new. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just where the military base is, bottom left of that, above the oil well north, that loop, I remember that's like a climbing loop. And that went down to the coal mine and the iron ore, but that very, very top road, that's new. And maybe the one that links the food factory to the iron ore at the top, is that new? It's been a while since I've seen it. The map is the same, but the actual stations are not. As in, they've remapped all the platforms and stuff. Hold the right mouse button while having the map makes sure you're able to move around the zoomed in map. Oh, there you go. So if you hold right and then hold the Alt key, then you can do that. That's pretty good. They've changed everything about the stations. Okay, where did my key go? As a train driver, your responsibility is to safely deliver cargo between industries. As you earn money, you can buy licenses. Each industry has a station office where you can browse local jobs, manage your career. Look for white buildings with the sign station office. You can travel much faster. Okay. The key is a one use only. What, just to unlock? Accepting jobs. In station offices, you'll find jobs as paper pages laid on the desk. Browse them freely. Accept a job, insert it into the job validator machine, follow printed instructions. Sub-jobs might require licenses you don't yet have. Available job types: freight haul, cargo delivery between stations. Okay. Shunting. Logistical operations within a station may require moving cars out of the way. Boosted pay. I like the sound of boosted pay. Logistical haul. Logistical operations between stations may require moving cars out of the way. Boosted pay. Okay, so it sounds to me like you've got move goods, move things around the station, and then the last one is a combination of both. As in, you've got to set up your own consist and then take it somewhere. Job payments are calculated based on job type, distance, mass, and value of cargo and cars. Interesting. Value of cargo and cars. Mr. Mike, thank you for 39. And Citizen, thank you for 2 months. Sorry to hear that, Citizen. I'll try to entertain you, sir. Try to take your mind off it. Loading and unloading cargo. Shunting jobs require loading and unloading cargo. Once the train is parked on a designated loading track, you will need to find a loading machine nearby to initiate the cargo transfer. That's new. A station can have multiple loading machines. I don't remember that before. I remember that all the cargo was pre-spawned onto the cars. Like, you never had to load and unload stuff. Fees. Beware of causing damage to Derail Valley property, cargo, and the environment. So no go taking heavy oil, right, down the side of a cliff, because that's not good. Apparently. Try to be economical when consuming resources. You'll be charged for both. I like that. So the more fuel you burn, the more money you lose. Your fees can be listed and paid on any career manager machine in station offices. Okay. Insurance. If your fees are too high, don't worry. Pay only your co-pay sum, and the Derail Valley insurance will cover the rest. Your co-pay starts small, but grows every license you buy. That's a bit like the ETS2 co-insurance, isn't it? Print a license info for more details. He was tempted to drive off the cliff. So was I. Servicing vehicles. Locomotives consume resources and can get damaged. Service them manually at service stations before abandoning to avoid the service penalty. Wait, what? Service them manually at service stations before abandoning to avoid the service penalty. This will save you half the fee cost. To service locomotives, park them next to a service station, use a machine. Does that mean after every single job, we have to take them to a service station, otherwise we'll pay double? Is that what that's saying? Like, I deliver some cargo, I then have to disconnect the locomotive, faff around shunting it back to the service station to get it serviced, otherwise I'll have to pay double. If you intend to stop using the loco, you have to fix it. Eek! Only if it gets damaged. Yeah, but earlier on it said every vehicle gets damaged by using it, basically. Only if you borrow a train. Wait, can you own trains then? Is there a concept of renting and owning? After every job you have to service. To buy a new license, you must first clear all of your fees. You can buy licenses at any career manager machine in station offices. Licenses affect your copay and time bonus deadlines. Oh my god. Before you decide on a purchase, print license info for more details. You don't have to carry your license with you. Before you decide on a purchase, print the license info for more details. Well, I was kind of hoping this was a tutorial and I wouldn't have to do anything with this thing, but who knows anymore. Turn that off, just in case I'm burning a hole in my pocket. Sometimes it's cheaper to pay the copay out and let it fix the loco rather than service it yourself. Item management. You can store excess items in your home. If you lose any, they'll be returned there. Or you can also find them in the lost and found sheds next to a station office. If you wish to permanently dispose of items or cancel jobs, you can toss them in the dumpster. Or we call them skips in this country, but dumpster's okay. I understand what it means. That's interesting. So first of all, we now get a house, and secondly, we can get rid of jobs and stuff, which is kind of fun. There's no skip around here, is there? No. Okay. Shops. You can buy items and upgrade in shops. Shop locations are marked on the map. Look for blue buildings with a shop sign. Okay. Oh yeah, it's actually got at the bottom here. Diesel service, coal service, and a shop. So what's interesting about that is not every station has a service centre. So it may not even be an option to get serviced. Where's your home, by the way? It doesn't actually mark your... Or is that your home? What's that? I think, is that where we are? I don't know what that is. Or is that where we are? That might be where we are. So there's a whole bunch of triangles on there. Your home is south of the Forest Central. Oh, this thing. Fast travel with locomotive. Wait, is that our locomotive now then? What about the car behind it? Is that ours too? Have we been given $2,000 in a train? Is that how this works? Mr. Out Future, sir, how you doing? It's not owned, no. Ownership is not in yet. So why did it allow me to teleport with the locomotive then? Lightbeep, thank you, 23 months. D-Dog, 25. Mr. Mike, 39. Thank you, guys. Fuel cost $5,000. I've only got 2. Okay, well, we've been through the guide, so I guess we've just got to go somewhere and, I suppose we could drive down there, couldn't we? We could drive down to the nearest shop and see what's going on, right? Let's do that. So if we head out this way, we should head down to the steel mill, which has a yellow dot, whatever that is, a diesel service and a coal service, but no shop. Well, we haven't got any money anyway. All the locos are owned by Derail Valley, the company. You can use them freely, but you need to pay for service. Right. So there's no concept of ownership. You can leave the hopper car. That's very true. Are you going to play Scrap Mechanic today? No, going to play it tomorrow. Right, so to disconnect this, we need to close the valves. Disconnect the brake hose. Unlock the thingy, and then... hang that back somewhere here. I don't know where that goes. There you go. Should do it. Is there a light in here? I can't remember. Did anybody ever fit a light bulb in this thing? We do want to add ownership in the future, that's good. We've got a fan. Oh, there you go, cab lights. Hey. Headlights. Wheel slip indicator, sand. Alright, let's go. I should probably release the brake, shouldn't I? That'd be a great idea. Oh god. I left it in reverse. Checklists, they're great. I want to go that way. Right, let's bring up our radio thingy. Oh. 1 second. 1 second. We need to change the point because we left it going that way. Comms radio. Clear crew vehicle switch. Right, we want to change that thing, don't we? There we go. Right, reversing and forward to get rid of the brake. There's a 5k limit out of here. It's very hard to do 5k because if you kill the throttle completely, the whole locomotive seems to have quite a lot of friction, so it slows down really rapidly. There we go, that's all good. Graphically, the game's been improved. Like, frame rates are really good now. It did used to struggle. So, I've got a question. What happens if it says the speed limit's 20 and you, like, blast at 40? What's the consequence? Like, who gives you a speeding ticket? Oh, they're in factors of 10. Fine, I thought that was shunting speed. Normally they have like a really low shunting speed. There's no financial penalty, but you might derail. Oh, fine. Okay. Get damage, you need to pay for it. Is the consequence. Fair enough. No idea where we're going down here. I guess we'll just go in and pull up and see what happens. Wow, the grass has completely overgrown the track. Look at that. This thing doesn't have a window, does it? Is that a door? It's not a door. There is a station up ahead. So that's going straight on. That's fine. We'll go that way. Game looks better. Yeah, visually they've polished it a lot. What's that? Some weird observation tower. Spawning trains, it says. So, do you have to load the cars now, or... It's like, does everything basically start empty and you have to get it loaded? You can use Q and E to lean out of the window. Can you? Oh yeah. Nice. we'll just pull up here. Loading and unloading is only if you do the shunting jobs. Ah, okay. Right, let's pull up there. Put it in neutral. Brakes fully on. Kill the engine. Okay, let's have a wander around. So how's the track labeling done? 3i. So that's 10, 20, 3i, 60, 7s and F. What? Obviously there's some logic to this that I don't understand yet. Applestan, thank you for gifting sub to Ivan. 60, I think it was 60. I don't quite understand this at the moment. Let's have a look. DV guide, world map, station map. Here we go. So we are at steel mill. Steel mill overview. There we go. Are we at the steel mill A or B? I take it we're at B. I take it A's over there. So this must be B. Okay, so this is... So it's not 10? Is that an O or a 0? You think it's an O? So you think that's a... I'm not being funny, but a 0... That's a 0 on there. On the actual thing, it's an O. But on that sign, that's a 0. Outbound. Okay. That's number... That should be changed, in my opinion. That looks like a 0. Anyway. 1 O, 1 outbound, 2 outbound... And then this was... I saw that sign back here somewhere. There you go. 3 inbound, that's this one. 4... That must be 4 outbound. There you go. And then this is the main track, the through track. And then it branches off 6 outbound... 7 siding and 8 siding, presumably? Is that how that works? Is that the loading yard? So when we're doing shunting, is this the machine that we used to load? This massive gantry crane. Looks like something out of Stormworks. This is cool. Like, there's some nice detailing on that. Oh, wow. This thing doesn't even have a seatbelt. Look at that. Looks like a container crane. Let's see what's around here.
Happy anniversary.
I don't know if that's anything we can go in. Just scenery, maybe. If only you could drive it. It's a sharp drop on that tarmac. Lester, thank you for 59 months. Apple Stand, thank you for gifting a sub to the dev. Very kind of you, sir. Right, so I take it this is the station office. Let's have a look around this thing. Ooh, career manager, job validator, what's that? Derail Valley Industrial Chain. Holy smokes. This looks like an integrated circuit, look at it. So this is saying that the farm produces livestock and grain. The food factory takes some of that stuff, produces bread, Is that sausage? I presume that's cat food, maybe, and dog food. I have no idea what that is. And then that's some kind of flammable liquid. I'm not really sure what that symbol's for. Hang on. Alcohol, apparently. The food factory makes alcohol. Where's the tin? Must be on here somewhere. Canned food and cat food. Where's the dog food? Sausage rolls. No, it's meat products. Meat products, canned food, cat food, dairy products, alcohol. That's brilliant. And then up here's the oil well. That produces, presume that's... Is that heavy oil and gas or something? Methane. And... Well, that's gasoline, diesel, crude oil. Oh, there you go. So there's like different shadings on the top left. Crude oil. Diesel is like a weird green color. Gasoline, methane, alcohol. All of which are flammable, presumably. So if you derail a train full of methane and you've got your lighter around, you know where I'm going with that? Can you go boom? Coal mine, coal. Iron ore mine, iron ore. Forest, wood. You can. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Awesome. It's worth derailing just for the explosions. Sawmill. Sawmill goes to the goods factory. Wait, they produce sofas and t-shirts. That's interesting. Clothing and furniture. Somebody produces electronics and tooling. The harbour. Blimey, look at that. The harbour's just got like everything going. You really need to do this in VR again. I don't know, it's pretty good outside of VR. So you got the map there, you've got all the jobs here. Let's have a quick look around and then we'll pick a job. Is this... You can't spray this, can you? You can throw it around, but you can't actually... Somebody going to put the water back on? Oh, I remember this. Wait, can you actually... Oh god, press the wrong key. Can you actually use this? I just put that in my inventory. An electric stove. I don't think you can use the fire extinguisher. I could be wrong. Let's see what's up here. Looks like we furloughed all the employees. Oh, the boardroom. Look at this. I love the layout of the seats. It's like 3 on one side and 1 on the other. Which basically means interview. Some poor guy sits here and is interviewed by 3 executives with their power suits on. So, tell us why you'd like to work at the company. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why? This and 100 other pointless questions you'll get in an interview. Trucker J, thank you for 23 months. 1 month away from 2 years. No, had no idea when I started watching you that would be where I am today. In your house, presumably. Anyway, thank you for the amazing content you have provided us over the years. Thank you very much, Trucker J, for almost 2 years. Tell us a negative thing about you. I love that one. Right, please select fees or licenses. You know, when I look at this screen, it just reminds me of like the old... Look at that. The old dot matrix stuff. It's amazing. Right, fees, confirm, print info. What? Wait, what does this mean? Your copay 0 out of 5,000. L018, $978. What does that mean? It sounds like I've got a massive fee for something and I've no idea what I've done. Thank you 5 months NHS. 22. Happy birthday. L018 is your train. Oh my god. Why have I got nearly $1,000 in fees already? $180 in pending locomotive damage. $700 in pending user... What did I do? I've been given $2,000 pocket money and I've already racked up debt. I feel like a teenager. What's going on? Emissions? Emissions? What year is this? That train's like from the 60s. It's exempt from emissions. Oh my god. Well, they can whistle for that. I'm not paying it. It's cheaper to repair at the maintenance shop. Yeah, but you've got to drive it over there. And by the time you drive it there, you've burned a load of fuel doing it, right? Trains cost money. They're not my trains. They're not my... Like, I'm literally an employee. I'm just a hired gun. I get in the train, I drive it. I don't care about the fees. Just pay me a fee. It's not my train. Why am I paying emissions on a train I don't own? Hope you enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun yesterday, Applestan. It's outrageous, I tell you. Like, license, was this? Let me see, licenses. Train driver owned. 2-axle diesel electric. Oh my god. A 6-axle diesel electric is $200,000. You what, mate? SH282, 50 grand. Concurrent jobs 1. Oh, okay. I take it what that means is at the moment I can only have 1 job on the go. But with this, I'll be able to get like an extra 1 or an extra 2. $10,000 for an increased train length. Interesting. Well, I tell you what, I hope these jobs pay good money. Because I'm seeing a lot of zeros here. Hazmat. Nice. So we can now, if we get that, we'll be able to transport really dodgy stuff. Hazmat 3? Military? Wait, what? Is that stuff like ammunition and guns and grenades? Oh my god. This license grants you access to the most valuable top secret military jobs. 400 grand insurance copay. Wait, what? How many zeros? Time bonus deadline minus 5%. This is informational preview sample. You can buy licenses at Career Manager. What does that mean about the insurance copay plus 750k? Does that mean that my... Is that like my... what does it call it? Is that like your excess on insurance? It's like if you have a claim, you still have to pay that as a minimum or something. Well, I hope we're getting paid multi-million dollars when we're doing these things, because that can all go in the... I don't care about any of that. Well, this is going to be brutal. Right, let's have a look at some jobs. Deliver steel bent plates and steel slabs. How much are we paying? 13 grand. 4 grand. Shunting. I don't want a shunting. Freight haul for 16 grand. That sounds good. That's my number 1 at the moment. Co-payment or co-pay is a fixed amount of covered service paid by a patient for the provider of service before receiving the service. Use the word service a lot then. It may be defined as an insurance policy and paid by the insured person each time a medical service... Yeah, it's basically excess. You automatically subscribe to insurance in the game. It doesn't need to be bought or activated. What it does is it frees you from the responsibility to pay the whole sum instead of only pay the co-pay amount. So let's say you've got a fee of 50 grand, but your copay is 5. You only need to pay the 5k, and then the insurance will activate and clear the rest. With every license you buy, the copay grows bigger. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Wait, what? I don't have the requirements for this one. Oh, license requirement, long. I'm not doing that. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Okay, so we can't do that one either because that requires... How much was a long license again? Licenses... 10 grand. Blimey. So we need to figure out 10 grand from somewhere. We can't do that. Let's put the ones we can do down the front. We can do that. That requires a hazmat. That's not happening. That's a hazmat. That's a hazmat. I'm seeing a pattern here. I think it's basically those two. Oh wait, hang on. We can do that one as well. Yeah, I think it's basically those three. Copate's a North American term. I think so, Beaker. I think it is a North American term. I've never heard of it, but I understand what it means, which is the main thing. Right. 12,000 for taking some steel, or 4,000, or 5,400. That's to the harbour town. That's quite a long way. The harbour town, I remember the harbour town's quite tricky to get to, isn't it? But there is a service station down here. So what we could do is take that down there and get the train serviced. I seem to remember there's a tricky bit. Why am I looking at... Why does my character do that? I just want to look over there. I want to look to the right of the map, but he's turning his head. Weirdly. Anyway, I don't quite get that. So if we head out of here and bang a left, and a left again, go through there, hold a right, bang a left, we're in there, right? It's easier in Overhaul to get to the harbour. Ah, okay. So it has been changed. Let's take this one then. The trouble is when we accept it, we're going to have to start the timer on it. It's a 32-minute timer. Does it tell us where we might get this from so we can get the train ready? Like, it doesn't tell us what like, it might come from A or B, it might come from here, or it might come from back on that section, I don't know. Oh well, let's just go for it. Freight haul. Step 1, couple on B1 out. B1 out. Couple up. B1 out. That's that one, isn't it? So we need to drive past and then reverse to it. Okay, we can do that. You have to validate it. Or do I? Well, can I not just line up my train first and then validate it? Then at least we can prep this thing, maybe. Oh, it just validated it. Oh, okay, right. So that did validate it. Yeah, we need to reverse 10, which is the very outside track, I think. Tech Tiger, thank you for 8 months. So I need to get to past the very far point here, I think, and then just check everything's going to 1 and reverse into it. Tech Tiger, thank you for 8. AJ, thank you for 4. You can step on it, I'm gonna have to. Punch it, Chewy! Right, how good are the brakes, I wonder? Let's get the radio out. Comms radio. Reverse, that's going back. That's perfect. Okay. The main problem is going to be just making sure all the points are lined up. Which is, mate, like in the diesel is the worst. Because you're busy, like, chucking coal in the engine, and there's only one person on board, and that's you, so you need to look out for all the points while trying to keep the engine going. Which is not easy. It's a game about derailing trains. It's kind of about not derailing them. Okay. Let me out. There we go. Come on, tie that up. Connect the holes. There we go. So, I'm better off using the train brake now, I guess. Have you heard of a city builder called Theo Town? No. Do you think MP could be possible for this game? I don't know. From what I understand, bolting MP onto a game that was never designed for it is tricky. Right, so what were the keys for throttle? Did you check the numbers? No, I didn't. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have made a massive assumption here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they're probably the right ones, but yeah, I should probably have checked. What was the brake though? Y and U was throttle. What was the brake? Have a look at my key bindings. Increase brake M, decrease brake N. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, it works as well. M and N. Nice. Oh, I thought it was going to go right then. It went. I'm going straight on. Okay, speed limit is 100. But I need to look at the world map because... Oh, is this the bit where there's a long climb? That's a lot of wheel slip. Yeah, I seem to remember last time there was quite a steep hill. Where's the sand key? There we go. You need to take a big run up on this hill, I seem to remember. It's the goal to derail. No. Because anybody can derail a train. Let's go. When the dev says send it, you send it. I think he said sand it, not send it. Let's go. We're really punching it. full send. All the power gens, all the power. That signal's going the wrong way. Oh boy, we're going too fast. All the brakes. I don't think we derailed. It was close. Time to slow down. Yes. I guess with time, you start to learn the map. Like, we've got a left turn coming up here. But you need to learn, like, the vertical topology. Reverse descent, what do you mean? Okay, we're making a left. After you pass 60 k's, you can turn off the sand. I already did. I turned it off when we got to the top of the hill. Right, we're doing 45k around the bend. I have no idea what the max speed is around these corners. We do need a gradient profile. You've learned this harbour run the entire map. Many trains went into the river. But that's okay, because that's the goal, right? You can also drop the map on the dashboard so you always see it. That's probably a good idea. Okay, we've got a long run, and then it's basically 2 right turns and we're in. That's easy to remember. So I'll leave it on the radio. I wish it would stop rearranging the hotbar. We need to get it there in 32 minutes. We need to punch it. The speed has a safety buffer. Well, it said we could do 120 down here, so I'm going for it. I've got a feeling we're going downhill. I am using mouse wheel. Yeah, I used it on the on this thing. You want to try it in VR, Dre? It's just those frame stutters. In VR, that might be a bit annoying. Right, 90 limit down here. We're doing 75. I think we're okay. But we are going downhill, I think. What does that mean? Oh, I'm overheating the engine. Rip. I forgot about the engine temperature. I think I might have broke something. I'm not even joking, I think I might have broke something. Fan's already on, but I think the fan's a cabin fan, not far away. Okay, we've got this corner to go yet. Let's let the engine cool down a bit. The engine's dead. Do I need to restart it? There we go. The engine died, but it's okay now. Okay, so it's M to put the brake on. Stoneworks just went 64-bit. Okay. Why is that great? This looks like a fairly sharp turn, but we're only going 50, so I'm thinking it should be okay. The shunter has a limit of 70. Oh, so when it got to 70, it basically turned off, as well as overheat. Okay, let's go in left. Do we want to go right? I think we want to go right, don't we? I really hope I just went the right way. Why can't I show the map? Whew, okay. Jeez, I had to make a decision in my head. I was thinking, was it left or right here? Use the number keys. I think I'll have to. Oh, this looks like we want to go. That's a bit quick through there. Okay, that's got a 40 limit. Get some brakes on. Yeah, if you're not paying attention, that'll really catch you out. You went through at 60, you were fine, fair enough. That 40 speed limit turn, I reckon a lot of people have been down there. In fact, I'm sure the last time I played this, I went down there. You've personally put quite a few trains in the water. I can see how that happens. Okay, we've got a bit of a twisty section, and then there is a junction that we need to keep left on. Although it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, I want to keep left on that junction. Doing 50, so that's alright. If they had some kind of heat map where players have tipped over, that would be interesting. That would be kind of cool. If it tracked that data, that would be awesome. It's a 60 limit. Should be okay. Well, I think we're going downhill a little bit because we're picking up speed. That's a 40. Hazza, thank you for 62. Would this game work with my rig? What do you mean? Oh, then Alex, thank you for 5 years, sir. Happy anniversary. That's splendid of you, Alex. Thank you, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're surviving. I watched the Prison Architect series, and the first time a person was dead, your reaction was hilarious. Yeah, a heat map of derailments is what people are asking for. So if the game tracked where people are derailing and then just plotted it on a map, I reckon that would be quite funny. Right, there's the signal. It's pointing left on the point, so we're all good. Oh, it still stutters a bit, doesn't it? Oh, we are toast. We just went like 45 through a 40 zone. Okay, so we need to turn our attention to where we need to go. Uncouple the cars at the HB station G5 in at Harbour. G5 in. I should have lined this up. Harbour, G, C, D. Oh my god, the harbour's huge. G. G5. I don't see G5. G5 either it is. Coming in from the west, so it'll be the first on the right if we can find G. If we can find G, that is. Get a bit of braking going on here. I feel like things are getting out of control. Oh, rip! Rip! Oh, you see, I was looking at the station map. I was looking at the station map and not paying attention to the sudden speed limit change. Oh my god. That was an impressive derailment, though. Ah. I don't think we're going to profit from this run either. Well, while we're here, let's try and find G. God. First problem is, do you even go right or left? I have no idea. There's no signposts. Where does this go? Restricted area. I'm guessing it's not. Oh, requires military license. Okay, well, it's not that way. So it must have been left. So come left this way and then. Dude, how are you supposed to know how this works? On the station map, A is the overview. Let's have a look. Easy overview, right? So you're coming from the west. What did we want? G? Oh my god. So you have to keep left. Blimey. And then after one junction, turn right and then go left into G. Yikes. Okay, first problem is we're going to have to pay to put the train back on the track along with one of the cars. So if we bring up the comms. Bring up the comms. There we go. Derail. Wait, why does it cost? Why does the cost vary depending on exactly where you put it? That's 700 to put that back. And 1,000 to put that back. That's hilarious. It must be based on distance, yeah. Like the further away you take it, the more it costs. I must admit, I like the mechanic that you can make a mistake, but you can also correct it, but it's going to cost you. Missed. It's also making us a bit late, isn't it? Alright. I think we're back in action. Rest of the cars look okay after that wonderful derailment. Funnily enough, the engine stalled. Right, it seems to be back in neutral. It's just reset it completely. Wait, what? Wait, I'm facing the wrong way. I don't know why I'm facing the wrong way, but I'm facing the wrong way. Why is it dead? There we go. Stick it in. We'll pull it in, we don't care. It's all good. We got this. No, we don't got this. You can break the engine. It started! Let's go! Let's go, come on! Mr. Pollock, thank you, 32, log 38. We've got oil, we've got fuel, we've got sand. Brakes. That would help. It stuck the independent brake on. Service engine. Yeah, we know it's faulty, but we got this. It doesn't sound too good, does it? Okay, so how do I fix this situation? Get another loco from a roundhouse. It's just next. What? Where's the roundhouse? You mean we need to borrow another loco to haul this loco back? Okay. Service center. Oh my god, it's got a service center just over here. Wait, where did that go? This is a serv. Oh look, we could have got it serviced here. What a scumbag! Right, how do we turn this thing? We may not hit our 32-minute deadline. That's not good, is it? Oh, there's nothing in that one. Hang on. You can push it. What, push the train? Something clicked. There you go, that's clicked. It's nick a loco. Oh, my life. So, exactly how is it going to charge us for all this? I'm going to make no money on this trip. None. Bigfoot, thanks for the sub. Dry, thank you for giving a sub. Thank you for the bits, Bigfoot. Yeah, we still had £1,000 to pay on the other train, and now we've broken it even more. Right, so we need to... Do you say we just push this? How do we push it again? Can't click on it. Do you just lean on it? Oh, there you go. There we go. We got this. Let's go and recover the train. So, should we just take this thing to the destination? And then bring our loco back and service it? Is that the best way of doing it? You can press X to sit in the cab. There's no seat. How can we sit in a cab when there's no seat? First, bring the loco. As in, bring the loco in for repair. I'm hoping this is going the right way. It looks like it's going the right way. What, so bring the loco in and then go back and grab the... But I'm just concerned we're going to go over the 32-minute mark, so we're not going to get our bonus. I wondered if we were better taking the goods in and then bringing the engine back.
Happy anniversary. Letter.
I hope that's close enough. Oh, what a scumbag. What a scumbag. He was doing so well down that hill as well.